Welcome aboard, all you wonderful groomers, pet stylists, and canine cosmetologists. You found the Traveling Groomers Podcast, where we discuss lessons learned from mobile and house call grooming. I'm one of your hosts, Chris Bear Anthony. Any moment now, we'll be joined by my co-host and friend, retired mobile groomer and educator extraordinaire, Mary Oquendo, and very likely a special guest to help us chat about all things grooming, grooming industry related, and just plain fun digressions that I will totally wrangle back to topic. Grab those travel mugs and climb aboard to see where today's topic will bring us. Let's roll! Pet Edge is your provider for professional grooming supplies at great prices. Check their website often for new products, sales, and special offers. For a limited time, save 5% off your order with promo code TRAVELER5. Find what you need to succeed at petedge.com.
Say that again. Hello, Chris.
Okay.
How's it going?
Good. I hit a wrong button on my soundboard, so while I'm confident that you were actually recording, I couldn't hear you. And if we're going to have a conversation, maybe I need to hear you. Maybe.
Okay.
So, fine, Mary, I'm fine. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. How you doing? How's it fine?
So what episode is this, Chris?
Gentle listeners, welcome to episode number 311, recorded on November 19th, that will air December 3rd.
Ooh.
And I sound very loud to myself, so I either
Sound perfect to me.
fixed my volume issues or just turned up the volume on my headphones. Who
You
knows?
sound good.
Okay.
So this is going to air in December.
Yeah, so we are prepping. December 3rd is usually like that, depending on the part of the country you're in. And when Hanukkah falls, it's that like breath. You have a moment to breathe. Thanksgiving just finished. You overate, and we can do our quick turnaround setup for that Christmas rush and do all those things that just, yeah.
Who needs to do that? If you're going to have a breath, it's this week. So this, a couple of things we really want to talk about. And one is, if you haven't already, use this time to figure out what is next year going to look like for you. Because there's only one thing that is consistent in life, and that is change.
Well, death is change, so yeah.
Change. Things are going to change. All right. And what works right now may not work next year.
Mm-hmm.
I think a lot of businesses are coming up again on COVID too, the shutdown.
Because it's not, can we even say, do they censor the Rona on YouTube, since we're on YouTube now? I don't even know the rules. We just slap stuff up there. I know nothing.
No. So this is take two.
With the government shut down. So
it's putting us business owners in the same boat as when we were in COVID. Okay.
Well, similar boats.
Yeah, it's change. It's
change.
All right. What we might be finding is customers aren't getting paid themselves. They may not have money, or what might be considered a luxury.
And depending on where you work,
let me
groom.
quantify.
I'm going to say grooming is fairly recession proof, but I mean, if they haven't gotten paid for a month,
food on the table, grooming.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. If it's the choice between food, shelter, or grooming, food or shelter is coming first.
All right. So how are you going to navigate that? All right. Maybe pulling in some of the COVID strategies.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And which, all right. So this is what some of the groomers did during COVID. All right. They pivoted. You have to pivot. I
Mm-hmm.
know it caused the bed. I had to pivot. All right. Because this is anything that affects us affects other industries. All
Mm-hmm.
right. So if our clients can't afford grooming because they're more concerned with paying their mortgage, and let's not even talk about what's going to happen to healthcare in another month from this. By the time this is aired, unless that's resolved beforehand. All right. Then groomers don't have money. And if groomers don't have money, then people like me, educators,
Mm-hmm.
we're the first things to get cut.
Yeah.
Okay. Or even if there's concern of that. All right. I watched a really healthy business go right down the tubes during COVID. And I had to take another pause and reevaluate and come back with a different business model. Right.
Mm-hmm.
First, it's going to be the same deal. You have to look at what's going on in your business now, and that takes a hard look at your business paperwork, your P&L statements. Have those hard conversations, not panicked conversations. All right, but hard conversations. How do you fix this? All right, Chris, your house call.
Mm-hmm.
How? All right, do you have any? Do
Do I have any what?
you have any plans on what 2026 is going to look like for you?
Um, I I do. I have I do have some plans, but it doesn't revolve as much around grooming. There may be some tightening of my service area
Yeah.
because when I first started, look, when you first start a business, you just need dogs in sinks. You need dogs. I drove further than I should. And most of those clients have dropped out, and my service area has just kind of naturally shrunk because I didn't take new ones out there. But I have a handful that I don't call fully outside my service area. It's like my extended area. Like, yeah, I have one really good client there. They're so good, they're not going anywhere for a while. I'm going to, take some more in that area kind of thing. But with my mom, and for those of you who have been listening to us for a while, you know how much I love to complain about my mom, but I love her. I really do. We just have that mother-daughter thing, that headbutting thing. And fortunately, she doesn't live with me because as much as I do love her, it'd be bad. There would be police involved. Somebody might be dead. Somebody might be divorced. Yeah. Anyway, she's in a lovely continuing care retirement community. So she has some place to upgrade to when she needs memory care, because as of, I want to say sometime in early October, it has become officially when she needs memory care because she got her Alzheimer's diagnosis. Solid month ago, and it's taken this long for it to fully sink into her that this is a thing, that this has happened. She had enough tests regarding it that it's stuck because her short-term memory is not awesome anymore, to put it mildly. But even though she's at a place, there's so much she relies on me for, and so much day to day, and helping. Now it's really become and turning a lot more into helping her with her bills and her finances and stuff that she was always better at than me. So there are certain things I'm going to have to scale back on because she's going to need more from me.
All right. So every business should be taking a really good hard look at their business at least once a year. And this week here is a good time to put that in your calendar to do so. So you may be swamped and like, I can't think about this, Mary, right now. I gotta get through the holidays. That's fine.
But
But
taking this breath now is actually going to help you get through the holidays, as will taking this pause now so I can hit a button. Wait, Finding good help can be hard, but finding an assistant for our grooming business that understands grooming can seem impossible. Fear not, Internet Staffing Solutions are here to help. Founded by nationally certified master groomer Lisa Metz, they'll recruit, train, and manage pet care virtual assistants who understand the unique demands of groomers, vets, and pet industry professionals. Check them out at internetstaffingsolutions.com today.
okay, well, that was actually a very appropriate
Right? That was
what I'm about to talk about.
good
Okay?
timing.
So after the holidays, that's January. All right. I'm going to tell you right now, set a time and put it in your planner, whatever. But schedule a day to go over the things of your business. There's some of the things that you're looking for. And I'm not going to use the word cutting corners because cutting corners is
No, that's something
good.
different.
All right. Streamlining. Okay. Where can you streamline your business? All right. And if your business is already not healthy right now, it's not going to get better in 2026. You really need to say, and if you can't do that, or you're having a hard time basically seeing the forest for the trees, I'm going to tell you, you're going to spend some money and you're going to get a coach. Because that coach is going to help you with the streamlining and finding out where you can fix your business. It's going to, don't look at it as an expense, look at it as an investment in your business. Get you to where you need to be, where you should be.
And by the way, Mary, if I had made a face earlier and was laughing, looked like I was trying not to laugh. For those of you watching the video and like, why is Chris being a little bit of a right there? An insight into my 12-year-old brain that's run on like small animals in the exercise wheels. You said, cutting corners, no, streamlined. So I'm picturing trying to go over places and my brain went parkour and I literally, something in the back of my head went parkour and yeah, sorry about what my face did. Right.
Okay. All right. So back to topic.
Topic.
Right.
So yeah, when you're setting up and taking that moment, and it's easy to go, this is the slow week, let's book as much as possible. We always want to book, but we want to set aside an hour or two extra at the end of the day or at the beginning of the day, however you're wired, and just go through, do the deep clean, do the setting up, do the refilling. Hopefully we have everything. It might just be in storage. We have to, make sure everything is set up for the holiday season. It's going to make those last week and a half, 2 weeks in December flow better, flow easier.
All right. So we're throwing the word coaching out again. I am a huge believer in coaching. I actually don't have a coach at the moment, Chris.
What?
But I'm also really looking to scale back and shut down. But if that, whatever. I personally don't have a coach, and this is kind of unusual because I've had a coach for a really long time. I've had coaches for a really long time. So I'm going to tell you, find a coach, but I'm not just to grab any coach. All right. Take a look at your business. Sit down, do that hard look at your business. And then see where first of all, where you think you're off. All right. And go from there. So business coaches who I personally know.
Hold that thought. I'm just going to edit this out. Hey, Mom. I just kept recording, and actually, I'm going to leave the beginning part of that in just as and here, as if I didn't just talk about it, a perfect example of why my life has gotten a little more complicated, because while that was absolutely not an emergency, with how she is now, I never know when it's gonna be. You know what I mean? I never know when it's either going to be an emergency or going to be something that even if she doesn't, this is bothering me now. Even if, like she can wait for it. I don't know. Yeah, I never know when it's going to be more serious or when it's just going to freak her out because I didn't answer the phone.
So a good coach is going to know whether or not they can help you. And if they can't help you, should refer you to somebody who can. So I'm going to throw a couple of names at you, okay, for business coaching. Denise Haro, Angie Coates, Samantha Palia. Then you could get more specific in coaching. All right. I don't know anyone in this house called coaching. Chris, do you?
Me, I do.
Okay.
I do. That would be me.
Okay. Mobile grooming, that's either myself or Patsy Talent, either or. But there are some really good coaches in our industry, and the money that you spend with them will come back. Will come back a lot, tenfold. I don't know. Throw a number out. You'll. It's not a waste of money, but you need to have the right coach.
Yeah, absolutely.
And also, you have to listen to the coach.
Yeah, it's one of those things. It's like going to the doctor to find out what's wrong with you and not listening when they say how to fix it.
Yeah. My husband lost his kidneys because of that. Not listening when he could have prolonged the life of his kidneys, maybe not forever, but once kidneys start to go, right?
Yeah.
He could have prolonged it. He really hurried it along. But now, if his doctor told him, figure out how to do a backflip, he'll figure out how to do a backflip.
Yeah.
Learned his lesson. Right?
Some lessons are learned best the hard way, but thankfully you only have to do that once.
Yeah. So the point that I'm trying to make, if you get a coach, listen to them. Right? Do the work that that they tell you to do. I've been in group coaching programs where I knew right off the bat, half the people in that group coaching program, they're not going to be at session 3 or 4 because they don't really want to do the work. They're looking for a Band-Aid, fix it, that magic pill to fix it, where that doesn't exist.
It'd be nice.
It would really be nice. I would love to be able to say, this is my problem. Tell me in 2 sentences the 2 steps I need to do to fix it.
Yeah.
Doesn't work that way. Okay. So anyway, not to bring you down as a bummer as we're getting on the end of the year, but if your business is not healthy now, it's not going to be healthy next year. Take the time to fix it. All right. Sometimes the universe throws us really hard lessons.
Yeah. And I think New Year's is an easier time sometimes to implement change.
Yeah, but I don't do New Year's resolutions.
No, not in a resolution sort of way, but that's what I mean though. We're so used to New Year's resolutions and that being a change, we're kind of almost expecting things are going to change in January of so if we want to make changes to our business, I think it's sometimes an easier time for people to accept.
Okay. And I will tell you, it's a little now, but going forward for next year, look at your business around the September mark. Okay. Because there's a reason it's cyclical, that they're like the 4 seasons. Okay. So like, for example, a farmer plants in spring, takes care of it in summer, harvests in falls, and takes a break over the winter. All right. So really what that cycle is, all right, and most cycles actually start with the fall. Okay. You've harvested, but now you got to figure out what you're going to do next year. You have all of winter, which is supposed to be a dead time, to think about what it is you want to do and to make those plans so that come springtime, you can implement them.
And I can't definitively say I psychically heard farmers everywhere go, break.
Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, there's no, it's okay. City, first of all, city girls, acknowledgement. B, yes, we know there's still livestock and you're working to keep your livestock alive, but she's specifically talking about the land and the planting seasons.
Yes.
Yeah, there we go.
All right. But still, the winter time, all right, is really meant to take you to things that you evaluated in the fall, make plans so that comes springtime, so that January, okay, is the time for you to really think about what plans you're going to make for the next session. Again, following the seasons, that you're going to start implementing, because you can't just have an idea and implement it.
And I will have a fun fact fresh off the Google that ties into that right after this break. I love being a house call groomer, but I hate doing laundry or worrying about asking my clients for fresh towels. Raypet has solved those problems for me with the Wet Pet disposable towel. Taking up much less space than traditional cotton towels and easy to wring out and reuse, these super soft, comfy, absorbent towels eliminate any cross-contamination concerns between pets, and now their new smaller washcloth size can even help those sensitive eye areas. Great for cleaning out wrinkles gently and thoroughly. Need to keep water bowls for your clients on hand that are easy to disinfect, but hate all the room traditional clanky metal bowls take up? Or just have a very active pet? Their collapsible silicone bowl comes with an aluminum D-ring hook that can be attached to your pet's leash or anywhere else in your van for easy storage. You can get one by itself or in their handy travel kit, along with a set of 3 tick removers and 1 small wet pet towel. So stop by their website to check it out, raypet.net, and tell them the Traveling Groomers sent you. So I fact-checked myself in real time to make sure my analogy was on point. When you're taking that pause, that break, that winter to reflect and to go over your business, it could not look like a lot. Could look like you're doing a whole lot of nothing, could look like you're maintaining, because all of the growth is happening underneath the surface. Just like during winter, when we think nothing is growing, nothing is going on. No, the roots are still growing. They're still setting this, they're still growing deeper to A, get them through the winter, and B, prepare for spring. They're tapping down to new reserves of nutrients, new places to draw food from, so they will be ready for growth.
And just if you think that coaches don't need coaches themselves, you'd be wrong. Coaches need coaches. And just because at the moment I am coachless does not mean that that will be that way forever. I might have now coaches in different avenues of my life.
You mean like a gardening coach?
Yes, like a gardening coach.
Okay, so have you already looked up if in the spring there will be gardening classes like locally?
Oh, duh, yeah.
As I tried to nibble on my ramen while it's still a little warm.
So, the point being, all right, to tell you not to panic over your business, all right? But sometimes you have to, and this is where, again, another one of my soapboxes, Chris, vacation. Take some time off, because if you are continually worried about your business, and you don't get off the hamster wheel, you're not going to solve anything.
Yeah.
And you don't have to go anywhere. You just have to shut your business down for a week. Don't answer emails. Don't do anything. Do something that's fun.
Or just unplug a little bit.
Unplug, right?
Well, hubby and I had this conversation because our 30th wedding anniversary is coming up in about 2.5 years. And we want to be prepared because before, when big anniversaries happened, we're like, oh, that's a big number next month. What you want to do? Oh, dinner? Okay. It's kind of been like that. And I've been running in so many different directions. What looks good to me is like luxury cabin in the woods that has Netflix, and we just stay in and just and he would like a hotel with room service where we don't have to do as much. And I travel so much, I'm like, oh yeah, it's another hotel. Whee.
Okay, yeah, my kids are planning. My daughter already told me that she's going to plan a 50th anniversary party for us, and I'm like, I'm really not sure. Party.
And how many years is that going to be in?
In February, it'll be 4 years.
Okay. Yeah. I say party. I say boogie down, Mary.
Yeah, okay. We will see. But anyway, all right. So, so here I am in the Pacific Northwest, and in a very touristy town, by the way. So there's like nothing going on right now, right? But there's still things I can do here if I want.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. It's a beautiful part of the country. Maybe I get my butt out of my house and I go for a walk.
Explore it.
And explore it.
All right. So the point of this, listeners who because somebody went, wait, what? Why are we talking about what's in Mary's town? It's what, tangent? The point is, you don't have to leave home to find something to do. You need to take a break. You can take a vacation, maybe not the third week of December. Usually the week after.
Maybe before you do that hard look at your business.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Take that week off and clear your brain so that you can look at your numbers and see what is going on with a clear head.
Mm-hmm. I apologize for chewing, but I love ramen. It's delicious.
Right, so moving it along. Moving it along. Okay.
So now you said moving along, and I had a question that relates to this. I know you don't like the term New Year's resolutions, but since a lot of groomers will take a break and will take close the week between Christmas and New Year and just return in the new year, do you think that counts as that time to reevaluate?
Well, if they're taking a week off between Christmas and New Year's, that should be vacation.
Okay.
That should be, you know what? And again, you don't have to maybe in the end of December of this year, we won't be able to hop on planes. Who knows? At the time of this recording, who knows?
Can I tell you how happy I am, tangent, to have gotten home uneventfully from Arizona?
Yep.
Because I was sitting at dinner and I think, Mindy, somebody's like, oh, look, Newark is shut down. I went, what? So my local airport that's 10 minutes that way was closed to all traffic 24 hours before I was due to come home.
Yeah, you know what? I need a plan B, maybe even a C and a D.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So before I even left to go to the Rocky Mountain, and we'll talk about the Rocky Mountain show, Before I left for Rocky Mountain, I had a plan B because it was like all of this nonsense going on and nobody knows. And even still, as we're recording this, nobody really knows. Right. So what would happen if I couldn't get home from my flight? Right. So my plan B was, and I had a conversation with Enterprise before when I picked up the rental car. I was like, yeah, well, what happens if they close the airports? They're like, we'll worry about that when it happens. My plan had been just to take the rental car and turn it into a one-way rental. It's going to drop it off at Seattle because I had a park and fly. That's where my car is. Drop it off there and get my car and go home. It would have taken me 3 freaking days, Chris, to drive home.
Yeah.
And I even had someone to drive with because my friend Tammy was there. She would have been in the same boat.
Yeah, I think it would have taken longer to drive from Arizona to Jersey. So honestly, my plans be involved having the next day off. And being like, all right, so when can you get me home? What can you do for me? Let's play this game.
Yeah, but you know what? I'm looking for, like I said, a plan B. So that was my plan B. Fortunately, I got home without a problem. It was like no issues at the airports coming and going.
I know.
So that was really beautiful. And you know what? If I could kiss an air traffic controller right now, I would. Virtual kiss. You guys are awesome.
Yeah, I'm impressed with the fortitude of the people who are still working, and for the people who went, peace out, love ya. I got to go get a part-time job somewhere else now. I get it. We're not mad at you.
No,
Y'all
absolutely not.
Yeah.
The bottom line is you do what you have to do to put food on the table, a roof over your head, and take care of your family. That is your priorities.
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay?
absolutely. Oh,
So,
and on a semi related note, I wish they would make on the planes, I wish they would make an announcement regarding the jet stream before they exit the jet stream. Because apparently if you're flying with it, like if you're flying west to east, you can kind of hop into the jet stream and it will help you go much, much faster. But when you have to exit the jet stream, it's a little bumpy.
well,
As in passengers who are really good flyers, not bothered by anything, having to hold on to the seat in front of them going, I should probably text my husband I love him, just because. They'll get the phone, he'll get it somewhere. And if he just gets it and everything's fine, he'll just be like, oh, she loves me. No problem. It's all like, yeah.
okay.
And then after we calm down, he makes oh, that's just us getting out of the jet stream. That was a little bumpy. Dude, you did that on purpose.
Okay. All right. So, travel mishaps, they happen. Okay. So my mishap, and I hadn't had a travel mishap in a long time. I mean, a really, really long
All
time.
right, wait. I'm going to hit
Commercial?
a button first, and then you're going to tell us about your travel mishap. Because it's been since you fell up the stairs. Pet Edge is the pet professional's choice for supplies and equipment from top brands. Check their website for new products, sales, and special offers. For a limited time, save 5% off your order with promo code TRAVELER5. Find what you need to succeed at petedge.com. You like how I just left that there and then hit a button like the second, like, ha! That wasn't on purpose at all.
Yeah, no. Yeah, and I learned my lesson on that. I have more than 2 suitcases, I get a cart.
Or use the elevator and not the escalator.
Even still, more than 2 is still difficult to maneuver. Even if they're on wheels and the wheels work well, it's still difficult to maneuver. Get a cart. All right.
Yep. So your travel mishap.
My travel mishap. So, getting in the car, loading up my suitcase, and I know there's issues with the flight, so I'm just like keeping my phone open to Delta so I can keep an eye on things, right? However, I loaded my suitcases in, and then I closed the trunk door on my phone.
Oopsies.
Oops. All right, there's a couple of problems with that. All right. A,
So all your traveled, most people have all of their travel documents where?
on my phone, not me. That was not the issue. I print out. I'm sorry. This over here doesn't 100% trust electronic. I print everything out. So I had copies of all of that. That was not the issue. You know what the problem was? Problem number one. I didn't have GPS to get me to the airport in an area I'm not familiar with. Okay.
Yeah, that's a big one.
Okay. But my phone was working intermittently. So I punched it in and then I wrote down the directions on a piece of paper before it died and I was able to get to the airport. All right. So I figure when I get to the airport, I have Apple Care. Okay. I'll just have a new phone and I'll have it by tomorrow. Okay. However, in Apple's wisdom, okay, you had to put the claim in via phone. Okay. Yeah, I know, right? And I don't have another phone. I'm in an airport lounge and Chris, not a drinker.
Uh-huh.
I was
But
in the bar,
look, they're free. They're free.
but then one of the attendants came by and gave me, would you like to try this non-alcoholic fruity drink? And I'm like, yeah, just give it to me. I'm just going to pretend there's rum in it. It was actually really good, but a little on the sweet side. But anyway, so I'm sitting in the lounge, nice, comfortable place. And it's not like I'm traveling with somebody that I can say, hey, I need to protect you. You have to call Apple via your phone because mine's not working. Okay. I tried to do it on the computer, but then they want to send a code to my phone. Yeah, that's not working. All right. I finally got enough power on my phone to get the claim in. All right. And so I had intermittent, once I get home, I know my way home from the airport. I'm fine.
Oh yeah.
And my phone didn't fully 100% die until I was about maybe 5 miles away from home.
That's not bad.
So it was not bad. But the thing is, I did have a plan.
And by the way, if you travel, having any kind of insurance on your phone, because something super similar happened to me at Chicago, but on the other end of the trip, like it must have fallen out of my pocket, or sometimes you think you're putting it in your pocket and it kind of misses, because I was waiting for the Uber in an unfamiliar airport at the time, unfamiliar part of it. I had just dropped off the rental car. Apparently I dropped it off. I dropped it right by where the cars were, and it kind of got run over because the screen was super janky, and I was like cutting my finger on it kind of thing, even with the screen protector, but it somehow still worked. And they got me a new phone while I was still in Chicago. Like they got me one right there. I was upgraded by the time I got home.
Okay. So anyway, things happen when you're traveling. It's just how prepared are you? All right.
Mm-hmm.
It's part of the reason why I like nonstop flights.
Yes.
So if there's an option, even if it's more money, I'm going to take the nonstop flight.
You know what? It's got to be a lot cheaper for me to take a flight with connections over a nonstop flight. I'm like 20, 30 bucks, 50 bucks, nonstop. Anything over 50 bucks, I'm like,
Hey, you know what, Chris, I'm older than you. And sometimes, unless it's like $1,000 or several $100 more, I'm going to opt
yeah. Yeah.
And then at that point, my preferred flight is Delta, but if I can't get a nonstop reasonable, I'll look at other airlines.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I mean, I don't even have a preferred. It's technically United, but that's because Newark is a United hub. I know, y'all. I know you get more perks if you stick to one, but I am price shopping. And because I live and come in and out of a
I have
major
enough points
airport, I
with Delta
can.
for my husband and I to take a trip somewhere next year.
That's nice.
In fact, I have enough points, and because I have the Amex card, to not only we'll have 2 trips. Ness and I will be able to take 2 trips next year on Delta.
Where you going? And
Haven't decided yet because at this point, we have to see.
have I also
I'm
not been paying
I
attention?
am assuming by the time, because my next trade show isn't until Groomed, that's March. I am assuming they will have their act together by then.
I'm very, very excited.
So anyway, all right. So want to talk about Rocky Mountain?
Well, we're approximately 2 minutes early, but I'm going to hit a button so we won't get interrupted gushing about Rocky Mountain because, oof, fun stuff.
I know when I'm on the road grooming, I want to keep things rolling along. With a 9-foot clearance, Handview mobile grooming vans actually fit through most drive-thrus to make lunch and banking on the go a breeze. With their clean-running diesel engine getting up to 5 hours runtime per gallon, you're spending less time and money at the pump. Visit Handview.com today to configure the mobile grooming van of your dreams.
And we're back. So how fun was Rocky Mountain?
Oh my God, okay.
Rocky Mountain, Arizona.
Rocky Mountain, Arizona.
They big now. They got 2 shows. Yeah.
It's probably the most fun trade show I have ever been to. And for several reasons. Okay.
Tattoos.
Well, I didn't get a tattoo, but they had a tattoo booth there. Okay. They had a leather worker there that I bought something off of. What? It was Halloween. Oh my God. So for the first time ever, probably will never happen again, but the first time ever is that I was teaching in costume.
Me too. It was the funniest thing ever.
So
Sorry.
We got pictures. So that was good. They had a Halloween parade. They awarded prizes for best costumes. The kids, oh my God. The kids were adorable. The show did, I thought the show did well. I had fun at that show. And I think especially as an educator, because when we do a lot of shows, sometimes the fun factor is not there.
Yeah.
This was fun. This was a great show to end up on because it put me in a better frame of mind to think, what shows am I doing next year?
Mm-hmm.
Not going to be it's not going to be as many. I am definitely scaling back on the number of trade shows I am going to. But anywho, I'm going to be at Texas though next year for the ISCC. That's the first time I'm going to be at that show.
Really? That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Wait, I have to ask Mary. You did see me in all 3 of my Halloween costumes.
Yes.
And did you have a favorite?
I actually like your Frida.
Not the Frida Dragon Rider, not the Frida Kahlo Dragon Rider, just Frida.
Frida.
Okay. That was fun. And at least
I like that costume.
And that costume was 99% from my closet.
Yeah.
From my closet. But yeah, that show was fun. And I have to say, for a first time show, I wasn't unhappy at all with the attendance. It was like spread out a little bit because there was a lot of education, so everyone was trying to get the stuff. So it was spread out, but they had like just over 300 pre-register. So
awesome, and I can't wait to see what's coming next year.
And the other thing I liked was that their party that they had, they held it between 7 and 9 p.m. It means I actually attended it.
By the way, those dancers were amazing.
Yeah.
And they were kids. I don't know exactly the age, like high school-ish age dancers. But the woman who sang, her son was the lone gentleman in the group. So that part was absolutely beautiful. So I had been looking forward to that.
Very much the area.
No, it was different Mexican folklore dancers, and they actually had a costume change because each region is each state has their own thing and is a little different in the costumes and the type of dancing and music. So I learned things too.
Yeah, it was fun. And they had a taco bar, which made me very happy.
And they had, and I forgot, I'm so disappointed in myself because I knew this and I forgot with everything going on to print out a picture of my Loki, but they had an ofrenda for our pets and loved ones set up. So we could make frames, we could put some stuff. Mary still has her frame. She's going to show us.
I didn't have a picture either.
Yeah.
That's mine, sitting on the windowsill.
But that I thought was really, really beautiful.
And then Denise and I went to the botanical gardens, which,
nice.
Yeah, no, it was really nice. And for some reason, we were thinking it was just like, I don't know, somebody's backyard type of thing.
Right. Yeah. I'm like, you did not have high hopes for that botanical garden.
No, well, I didn't. But it was, I love botanical gardens. And this one was really nice. They had a restaurant attached to it that was fabulous. Because sometimes the restaurants at botanical gardens are okay. This one was good.
Nice.
So it was a nice trip. And, and much thanks to Tina for thinking a little bit outside the box and doing this. And again, that whole 7 to 9 p.m. was perfect.
Yeah. Oh, I got to sleep early. It was great. Yeah. You had gone on, and I forgot what you went on about. And I pulled you back to Rocky Mountain for a minute. But why don't we just get back on schedule-ish? Should I push another button, or do you remember what you were saying?
I don't remember what I was saying. You distracted me.
I'm distracting. What can I say? All right. Last commercial of the break. We might be...
4, 3, 2, 1.
Okay.
We're back. Yeah, you still don't remember what you were going to say.
No, I have no idea.
Oh, while you remember, I was going to tell you of my day of the 2 cancellations and why part of the reason I felt so awful last week, because we're recording on a Sunday for those of you who've noticed, which I don't really expect you to, but I was not feeling it because I had just taken a nice day off. I'd just gotten back from Arizona, my first day back to work. Okay, let's get together, get our stuff together. My first appointment was in my home salon, and the person's usually on time, and I'm setting everything up, and I'm gonna make sure I'm ready for him. So at about 9:40, I texted him going, "Are you on your way?" only to get a groggy, panicked phone call back because he was like, oh my God, I see it in our chat conversation, but it didn't make it in my phone. I didn't have you. I'm so sorry. And I'm like, oh. Now is where I put my money where my mouth is. And I went to his face in a voice call. I know that's not to his face, but compared to texting, it's to his face in a voice call. I went, I'm going to have to charge you a cancellation fee. It has never happened to you before. This is not like you. So I'm not going to charge what I normally charge when it's missed this close, which is the full cost of the groom. I'm just going to charge you a $100 cancellation fee because he's never done anything like that. He's never even late. He's, been great. And he's like, I'll send it right over. When can we reschedule? And he sent it over. And I thought it was going to be sometime later that day, but no, he sent me the money within an hour.
Nice.
No problem. Understood. Fine. So I text my second customer and I said, hey, I can come earlier than 1 or is it around, yes, that's great. I'll go just walk her now and get ready. So she's walking her and she says she thinks she found tapeworms in her poop. And I'm like, well, if she's got tapeworms, there's a solid chance she's got fleas or that's how she picked it up. I mean, there are other ways to get it, but I'm like, let me.
Eat a fly.
What was that?
Eat a fly.
She could have eaten it. Yeah, she could have eaten something, but I said, let me check and see if it's safe to groom. And you ask your vet because she's like, oh, I got the poop. I'm going to take it to the vet. And I was getting some mixed things, but mostly no, safer to not groom. And then her vet's office, somebody there said, no, don't groom today. So I'm like, oh, great. There goes my income for the day. Because while I had one other stop, that one other stop was a short brush out, and long story short is basically a payment on my beloved purse. But so there was my all my actual income for the day. So I did the same thing where I'm like, this time it was text. And she had an opposite reaction to my first client. Yeah, and it went back and forth a little bit. And I actually had to stop and listen to myself and take my own advice. And at a certain point, I went, I'm not going to. She has her read receipts on like I do. I'm not even opening the text at this point. I'm just going to leave that for a while because at this point, I was ready to fire her. I just was like, no, I don't. I kind of want to fire her now. Let me just breathe because I was emotional that day. And I just ignored it for, 2 days before she texted me back. Chris, I'm fine paying the fee. Can we talk? So I gave myself a minute to cool down, and we talked. She was stressed, and I'm like, yeah, I get it, because I was stressed about loss of income too. Like, you see what we did there? But I also said to her preemptively regarding stuff going on with my mom, I may have to tighten my service area. So while I did not fire her for this, she is rescheduled. I am going to make sure, remind her I get that $100 cancellation fee, which, by the way, is half her groom. She gets a higher end price because she's in an apartment building and it's a little bit of a pain to get there. And also outside my service area. So yes, that's like half. Anyway, I gave myself a moment to breathe. I decided, you know what? I'm just going to put that out there so that if there's anything else, or if my life does get crazy and I do have to, it's already in her brain. So that way she hopefully won't have as bad a taste in her mouth if she thinks that I just fired her because she wouldn't pay my fee, which would have been a valid reason to fire her.
Mm-hmm.
I heard you. I heard 3 other people be like, yeah, that's still a valid. No. That's still. I just want as little drama as possible. If there needs to be drama, there'll be drama. But if we cannot, that's also great.
Okay.
I think that's now that I think about it, a decent life view, like FAFO all the time, 100%. But also, if you could just not start, if you could just not FA, that'd be great too. That would just be lovely. Can we not start things? Mary,
Okay.
where the hell were we?
I have no idea, and it's too late now.
It's too late now. Well, that's because I was telling you the tale of 2 cancellations.
Okay.
So it has mostly resolved itself. Both are rescheduled. It will get there and it will be fine. But since we hinted at it in the very beginning of the episode, did we want to make the announcement now or save that for later?
No, that's not coming out until January.
Okay.
If you've made it this far.
If you've made it this far,
Right.
whoa, I'm a little sorry doing that to you. A little sorry. It varies. Anywho, so what's it? Guys, breathe before Christmas. I feel much better about the decision I came to with my client. Even though I would have been fine either way. I just feel better now because I took that moment to breathe and reflect and not make it a knee-jerk decision out of anger and frustration. So, yeah. Decent way to live, just be calm about it for a minute. Breathe. You've got this. You'll get there. You'll figure it out. And you'll get through this Christmas season.
Okay.
All righty. Happy grooming, guys.
Happy grooming.
Well, that was fun.
But now it's time to head home.
We hope you enjoyed listening as much as we enjoyed chatting with you. If there are any topics you'd like us to discuss or guests you want to see join us on this crazy road trip of ours, let us know in the Traveling Groomers Facebook page. Don't forget to thank our sponsors. And see you next week, guys. Safe travels.